Good afternoon, everyone. This is Crazy Russian 86 here, and welcome back to another video. This is a video response to SBN Resonate. Subscribe to my channel, let me know what you think. So, let's get to it. I forgot the name of the video already, but it doesn't matter. He was just talking about, a lot of philosophical concepts like he always does. And here's my overview of his video. So here we go. He was talking about help. He was saying that people shouldn't be afraid of asking for help. Well, that's true, but then again, first thing, you should really realize that, okay, you know what, I really want help. Because a lot of times, there are other people think that somebody needs help, but the person whom they think needs help actually may think differently. Like I've been treated a lot of times like I need help because I'm not big and strong and I cannot do my job up to the par. But then again, if you cannot do things better than other people, yeah, you kind of have shortcomings, true, but doesn't mean that you need help. So, and as a matter of fact, if people start helping you and you don't need it, it only like messes up your development, You start getting lazy. So, it's not that people are shy because they need, not getting help or whatever. It's just like some people actually don't need it. Or some people don't think they need it. So if you force people, if you force help on people when they don't want it and they don't need it, they're just not gonna like you. That's psychology. I've been watching psychologists, they've been popping up on my channel. They've been talking about things like that. So that's the reality of it. What else? I just had a thought about it. He's been talking about that we as people, we're meant to be working together. That individualism is not good. People should be working with each other. Well, depends. Look at the nature, right? Like you have cats, you have dogs, The same thing goes to humans. We have blacks, we have Jews, we have Eastern European people, Western European people, Asians, And we're all different genetically, we're different based on our abilities, cultures, and a lot of other things, right? So, on one hand, it's good for different people to work together because it's like we can complement each other. But on the other hand, people like people who are like them. See? So, a lot of times, when you work together, it's not really a good thing because if you deal with people who are not compatible with you, who are not for you, it's gonna be a disaster. Because he's gonna be telling you one thing and you're gonna say something else and you're gonna get into fight. So is it really good to cooperate? I mean, it depends. It's good to be cooperative with some people, but not with others. So I think that it's important to choose people you want to hang with, You cannot cooperate and be friends with everybody. You can only cooperate and deal with certain people who are good for you. And other people don't. So if you're gonna cooperate and do things with the wrong people, it's gonna be only a problem. So it's not always good to, do things with people. It's not always good. Then he was talking about his mental problem, and he was saying that if he wouldn't have it, he would potentially be more successful. Well, I think that everything, whatever happens in our lives, is for the greater good, we just don't see it. We only see it later on. You know, like think about it this way. You can be super successful, super smart, and then you can fuck your life up on drugs. You know, it happened a lot. Also, you can be super successful, super smart, have a lot of women following you. Next thing you know, somebody's gonna shoot you. It happens a lot. Look how many good people died young. They were super successful, had cars, girls, everything. What happened to them? No pain, no gain, you know? Like a lot of times, you know, all of these successful people who have money, fame, everything, they have very, very difficult lives. You know? They had to work hard. They endure a lot of suffering and hardships. You know? But people who don't have anything in life, they actually have easy lives. But the thing is, you know, like everybody likes for things to be easy, right? You want easiness, you want comfort. But the thing is, if you have that, you're actually miserable. Because if you have an easy life, you're weak, you're not attractive, you're miserable, you complain all the time, you have no family, you have no girls, no sex, no nothing. But if you have a hard life, and you overcome these hardships, this is when you have a lot of gains. You know, a lot of times, you know, people with disabilities or people with problems, they cannot do nothing. That's why they have easy lives. But they complain the most, you know. They are most miserable people. Why? Because they're looking at it like, well, why can't I get girls? Why can't I have this or that? But their lives are easy. They cannot do anything. They're useless, right? They have the easiest lives. But they are very miserable. They're suffering, you know. They feel like their lives are so horrible because they have so many problems. And they feel like all these guys who have money and sex, they just like kings. And I've been there too, you know, I was feeling that way, but you know, it seems like we as people, we don't want easy life. We want to experience things, we want to take chances, we want to have experiences in life. And because we are not developed, we are kind of rubbed out of these experiences. And sometimes you can compensate for things. For example, you know, like, let's say if you have money, right? You can invest in like getting yourself, building yourself up, being big and strong, go to the gym. Have problems with females, right? Socially not confident, whatever. You go to work, you make money, smart about it, can pay for sex, like I did when I was 23 years old. And then you get rid of your, you know, anxiety around women, for example, against my example. So it's like, you know, in order to get something in life, you have to like do things. You have to spend resources to get something. And this is what we do in our lives. But then we get older. You know, I've been watching the other day. It's been showing me some shorts and they're really good. That once you pass 35 years old, and I'm about to be 37 next Monday. So next Monday on the 11th, I'm going to be 37 years old. And literally a week from today. So I'm already on the downward spiral. I'm at the beginning of it. Because, you know, like once you pass 35, your metabolism starts slowing down. Your energy levels slow down, this and that. I'm scared that soon I'm going to be 40 and it really sucks. And you know, like, I look good right now. I look like a man, but I'm thinking like them. Couple years from now, I'm gonna start looking old. My shit's gonna stop working, and like them. I'm not married. I have no kids. It's like I'm not having a good life at all. You know, like I'm having pretty shitty life. I'm just wasting my life away. But then again, I have to be happy because there are a lot of other people who live worse than me. And I'm seeing that there are certain lessons I'm learning now. Sometimes I'm thinking that I'm going through the shit which I'm trying to escape because life's preparing me like morally on like how to become a dad. Because I'm watching these videos about kids and stuff and like, you know, they're talking about like how kids have to, can be disrespectful to their parents. And I have a mentality like, fuck, I don't take shit from people. And somebody from my job said, hey, I felt the same way until 5 years old, I got kids. And I realizing that sometimes you have to have that skill to be taking shit from people because then you're gonna get older. If you wanna have kids, you wanna have a family, that's what you have to put up with. You have to put up with constant disrespect. And my girlfriend, you know, my African girlfriend told me that too. You know what? I'm not ready to like move up with you because, you know, you're not like really mature because, you know, you the way you are, you're not taking shit from people. What? If you're gonna have kids, what, you're gonna be an abusive dad? Because they're gonna be constantly disrespecting you and you have to be like a bigger person. And that's like my life challenge. And I remember watching this show called The Good Doctor, where some person was narcissistic and the main character was saying, you know what, let's say you're dealing with a kid and the kids was peeing on you or throwing shit at you. If you're narcissistic, what, you're gonna beat the crap out of your kid or fucking kill your kid? Like, nah. If you like that, if you don't take shit from people, you know, you can't have kids because you have to deal with their disrespect and you have to teach them and be patient with them. So if you have that type of personality, you're not like a family material, you know, because if you don't take shit from people, you know, you cannot like be a dad or you cannot be a good parent. You have to be patient with people and teach people to do things. And if you just like, oh, you misbehave, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, like you fucking abuser, you know, like. But I didn't look at it that way before, you know, like people was telling me about Teletrager, for example. I was looking at Teletrager before like a autistic guy who stands up for the right of autistic people, and because he doesn't get his way with people, which is of course he's not getting money and sex, you know, he's deprived of it. So therefore, in order to get better, to compensate for it, what he does, he kills 6 people, injures 19. So I actually have the same logic, you know, like if you down, you in minus, right? If you put in other people in minus, it's kind of even shit out, you know. It's like you have minus 10. Why you have minus 10? Because you have no money, no sex, no things in life. Your life is shit, right? So, if you give minus 10 to other people, you cause them pain, you show how powerful you are by hurting other people. You're showing, hey, motherfuckers, hey, nature, you fucked me up, so I'm gonna say that, you know what, I'm God, and I'm gonna fuck other people. So it's like I'm gonna bring the stuff back. I'm gonna take it upon myself to restore the justice. But the thing is, by restoring the justice, you're becoming an abuser. See? You're becoming an abuser by restoring the justice. And also, life is overrated was talking about closer to the end of the video. He was saying that people are stupid, and stupid people think that, you know, it's like, oh, I just only care about myself and I don't give a fuck about what's going on around me. Well, that's how I want to live because it gives me peace of mind. And partially I feel that way because I clearly see how I deal with the society and with a lot of people, and I'm clearly misfit. And people say, hey, you know what, you have Asperger's, whatever. And that's the reason why I don't misfit. Like, if you're a normal person, you'll fit in, which is bullshit. You know? And quite honestly, I understand that I don't even want to fit in. Like I do and I don't. See? Like I do because I think that, I did before. I wanted to fit in because I was thinking that, you know what, I just don't want to be worse than other people. I was thinking that other people have more sex than me, they have more money than me, they're better than me, right? They have more friends. So that's why I wanted to fit in, because I wanted to have all these things, right? But I really didn't, because, I understood that in order for me to fit in, I need to be certain way, I need to act certain way, I need to be normal. But then again, what does normal means? Because even, let's say, people talk about Asperger's, there are other people who have that disorder, and they talk about it, and they've been having kids when they're 19. And there are normal people who don't have any disability or disorder or whatever, and they can be 70-year-old with no kids and no medical diagnosis or condition. So it's just one of the variables. If you like physically handicapped, if you were born without legs or arms, your chances are really like slim to have a normal life. And then again, there is this guy, Nick Vujicic, who was born without legs and arms, and he married a model. And he's famous. And there are autistic people who do really brilliant things. So it's no excuse. And there are people who were born without legs. I've been watching years ago with my Venezuelan friend that movie about the guy who was a boxer and he didn't have legs, but yes, he was competing with normal people and he was actually beating them without legs. So what you talking about? It's no excuse, really. If you have a disability, it means you just think certain things are harder for you. But if you want it, it's all good. But sometimes, like in my case, for example, I see how people are, I see how people think, and I'm purposely rejecting these people because I don't like the way they act and I don't like the way they think. Because I don't take shit from people. And a lot of times, even when people act normal, I look at people, I observe the way they converse and other things, and I'm like, I can just see that I'm not compatible with these people. And saying that because I'm not 100% normal, therefore I'm not compatible, that's not right thing to say, because, you cannot say that. Because it's not like, okay, let's say I'm socially handicapped, right? If I'm gonna learn social skills, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna become somebody else. It's just gonna be easier for me to interact with people if I'm gonna have the skills, but it's not gonna change my character. It's not gonna change the way I feel about things. So it's all bullshit. If you have certain challenges, it means it's gonna take you longer to acquire certain skills, and therefore you're gonna be developmentally delayed. Which could be good things and bad things. We can say that, if you wouldn't have these delays in your life, maybe you wouldn't been dead by now, right? So it could be a good thing. But you think it's a bad thing because you look at it like, you know what? I'm this old, people by my age have family, have kids, and I don't have shit. Well, maybe it's not in the cards for you to have all these things. So you have to be really grateful because of who you are at a younger age, you were not ready for it. And if you were ready for it, you would have other problems. So maybe you will die sooner, you will have more hardships. So it's like you have to look at a lot of variables in life. You have to think that if you want to have all these girls and this and that at a younger age, your life could have been harder, and maybe the way you are, you wouldn't be able to handle it. So you would break, you would die, you would be in the hospital, whatever. A lot of things could have gone wrong if you wouldn't have the challenges you have. So sometimes you really have to say, you know what, I'm blessed that I have the challenges I have. I'm blessed about my situation because life is a journey. And I look at it like, okay, you know what? What is life actually teaching me? What kind of lessons I'm learning right now? Maybe it's a preparation for something bigger and better. And I need to pass this test in order to get somewhere in life. That's the way to look at things, you know? That's what it is. Not think about, oh, fuck this, fuck that. Think like, what life is teaching me, why I'm going through this. Start thinking about it. And then maybe you will realize that your struggle is your blessing. Have to change the attitude about it. You know what USA stands for? Accept the country. Unconditional self-acceptance. You have to accept yourself for who you are and be cool with anything you do and be calm about it. And just like go through life, like look at it as a journey and look at it what life is teaching me. That's it. We're all here for a reason on the particular path. Kanye West. Good song. I remember listening to it back in 2009 with my buddy Chad. Wonderful song. Sometimes I listen to it right now. Never let me down. Be here for a reason on a particular path. You need to know the curriculum to know that you are part of the math. See? We're all here for a reason to learn some lessons. And we have certain time to learn it. So, smart thing to do, take life as a journey. And then another thing you said that, you know what, there is no such thing as better or worse. And you're right, you know, because everything has pluses and minuses. Like, you know, somebody who is MRDD has advantages over Donald Trump. Because somebody who is MRDD has an easy life. And Donald Trump has a difficult life and he has a lot of problems. Even though he's been married to the models, he had a lot of sex, money, everything, but legal issues, tax problems, all of that. And if you're a simple man or there's something wrong with you, you don't have none of these problems. Your life is easier. See, everything comes with a price. You want a good woman in your life, you have to spend money. You want to have kids, you have to have certain character. You cannot just like be, you know, somebody says something you don't like, you fuck somebody up. I was thinking when I was younger, you know what? If I was big and strong, I said somebody was giving me shit, and I fucked them up, and I feel like a king. Now I'm looking at it like, well, if people don't like the way I act, if I'm going to start fighting them, I'm going to be the one losing. I'll be losing jobs, losing money. And my mom used to tell me when I was a kid, if people are bullying you, don't pay attention. And it was a hard lesson for me to learn because I was like, why? It's only because I'm weak. It's only because I'm not tall, I'm not strong, I'm a little guy. But I was a bigger guy, big, tall, strong. Somebody says something I don't like, I fuck them up. And then people used to tell me, oh, I'm gonna whip you. And I used to get so fucking angry because I'm like, yeah, he's gonna whip me because he's stronger than me. But if I was stronger than him, I'll fuck him up. And I will do what I want and nobody's gonna tell me shit. And I would feel like a king. And life would be great. But like, nah. An adult world doesn't work that way. You're big and strong, you get into the fight with somebody at work, you're still gonna get fired. And you're gonna say, oh, you know what, I fucked somebody up because he provoked me. Well, but you're still gonna lose a job. That's just how it is, unfortunately. So, fighting and being big and strong doesn't solve nothing. Unless you have a physical job. I feel like, I always wanted to be big and strong. Well, genetically, I'm not tall, but it sucks. But I wanted to be strong, so I started, going to martial arts, and I also was doing physical job. That built me up, But then again, this is more important because body is all temporary. Like, now being 37 years old, I'm already in decline. So it's like, I'm about to be in my 40s soon. People in their 40s, they are losing strength and everything. And, it's like, it sucks. Because I'm already going to be on downward spiral soon. I'm already am. Like, and I'm really worried about it, like. But then again, one day we're all going to die, so fuck it. You just have to do the best you can with what you got. And live your life the best manner possible. Learn your lessons, do things. That's it. Just be you and do whatever makes you feel happy. And go through your problems and say that, hey, my problems are my blessings. Because maybe if you wouldn't have these problems, you wouldn't be able to get what you want in life. And this is what it is. We just don't realize it. That everything we go through is preparing us for getting things we actually want. And it's okay to be any way you want to be. You want to be arrogant, be arrogant. You want to be selfish, be selfish. You want to be kind, whatever you are. And it's good. Because we are happy when we are ourselves. But at the same time, that comes with a price because you be yourself. People may not like you. You may get shit from people and all of that. But you also have to understand that if people, don't like you, they're just not your people. So it's important to just be moving on. Man broke your heart, he's not a good man for you. The same thing goes for women. You just like learn your lesson and move on. Keep going in life. That's what life is all about. It's all about keeping going and doing whatever makes you good, whatever makes you feel happy, whatever works for you. Just doing that. And understanding that whatever you're doing in life is for the greater good, and all the struggle is like a preparation. And we're always going to have problems. Even when life's going to be easy, we're going to create problems because while we're alive, we're always going to have problems. We just have to go through life and be solving them continuously. And that's it. Well, SBN Resonate. That was my response to your video. Let me know what you think. Well, thanks for watching for my half an hour philosophical podcast. Please share, like, subscribe. That was Crazy Russian 86 and I'm out. All the best to you guys. Peace out. Later.